Today we're talking with Mark Champagne, and Mark is an instructor from the chemistry department. Mark, hello. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, glad to be here.
Can you give us a little background on your career with the college?
Yeah, I started full-time faculty at South Campus 2003 for chemistry, and before that I was an adjunct for a year at Center Campus. And before that I taught pretty much everywhere. I was all over the place. And when I got a chance to adjunct at Macomb, I realized that this is the best place. It's most, by far and away, the most interesting students. And once I became full-time, I was very happy. I love being here. I've never seen students like it or a learning environment like Macomb. It's awesome.
Great. Good answer. What technologies do you currently incorporate into your teachings, and what advice do you have for other instructors who might try to use those same technologies?
Yeah, right now I teach these hybrid courses for chemistry. So we have the lecture online, and then we meet once a week for labs. So I use Angel. But the big thing I use is the integrity system for videotaping my lectures, having those online for the students. And students really love them because they can rewind, they can fast forward, they can pause. So it's really a great way of doing it. I think it's the only way to have your lectures. You need something visual, something with audio, something that the students can latch onto rather than just text. And that's how I started out. I know some professors still do that, but I've also seen some things that other professors are doing with PowerPoints, really fantastic PowerPoints. But that would be the advice I would give, is that you have to have something visual, something with sound, something that will catch the students' attention. And it's not playing to the video game crowd. It's getting it closer to what's on ground. It's how people learn, is being attracted to whatever's going on rather than just going on and seeing a bunch of text or just seeing still pictures. That's fine, but you want to have something that they can latch onto.
Okay. And what teaching methods or technologies are you most excited to try out?
Yeah, the Skype is the one that I've been using recently, and where you can communicate with someone, but not only like a phone, but you can see their picture. I know you know what that is, but
yeah, and it's free too, right?
Yeah, you can get a free account, and you can talk right over the computer, real time. They can see you, you can see them, and what I do is I put up a whiteboard, and I just do Q&A over the internet. And it's worked pretty well, and it gets us closer to real time, which is what I do with the email. I like to be online almost all the time, and so that when somebody sends me an email, I respond back almost instantly. I like to do it to the new students, especially because they can't believe by the time they take their fingers off the keyboard, I send a message back. But I like that idea that they don't have to wait, an hour or 3 hours or 24 hours for an answer. And Skype is even better, because right there I can answer a lot of things by email, but when they ask about molecular structures or something like that,
right,
I can kind of describe it. And sometimes I'll just sketch something, scan it in, and send it. But it'd be nice if it was on the board and they can say, yeah, that third drawing you just did, what's going on there, that kind of thing. So Skype seems to be getting closer to that what I'm looking for online teaching.
Great. Okay, and now it's time for your proposed idea exchange. So what I would like to know is, on that topic, what has worked for you, what hasn't worked for you, what would you like to try, and what questions do you have for other instructors who might have the same ideas as you do?
Well, I've been teaching hybrid courses for, I think it's almost 5 years now. And I just see that there's so much that you can do with the internet, so much flexibility that we don't have on ground. And so my idea is to take advantage of all the flexibility that the internet gives you. And we've always come to classes, and it has to be a set time, set place. And if you're not there, I don't care if your car broke down, I don't care what happened, you're sick with the flu, you be in here or you lose 5 points. You have to have attendance. And that's how it's always worked, so we've always done it that way. But the internet allows you that flexibility. Right now, the students, I check online to see when my students are on Angel. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. A lot of them do that. Women with small kids, they're on. They don't get online till 10 o'clock when their kids go to bed. They can anything that I put on there, they can do at any time. Why do they need to be in a set classroom? So I like I tell my students, when their grandchildren are, they're talking to their grandchildren are going to be amazed that they actually had to get up, drive, and freezing cold, snow's out, drive all the way in just to sit in a room for a lecture, and you had to be there or you got marked down. They're just not going to believe it. In 20 years, 30 years tops, the on-ground classrooms, I'm sure they'll be there, but there's going to be very few of them.
Great. All right. Well, it's time for the mystery question, and there's prizes involved, so this is very important.
Oh, okay.
All right. I picked a chemistry question for you, so you should nail this one.
Oh.
All right. Which of the following objects can exist as one single giant molecule? Okay. A grain of salt, a grain of sea salt. B, a rubber tire. C, a piece of chalk. Or D, a styrofoam cup.
All right, now there is so salt or
grain of salt, rubber tire,
yeah.
Piece of chalk, styrofoam cup.
All right, so you could say all of them if you consider that ionic compounds don't really have a molecular structure. You don't really technically call them molecules; they're formula units. Synthetic rubber is actually one molecule. Styrofoam cup, those on their own are usually very long molecules, and then you pump through it a nonpolar solvent. I'd say all of the above.
It's actually, according to what I found, a rubber tire. And the explanation that I found was that through the chemical process of cross-linking, it creates one giant molecule. And Charles Goodyear accidentally did that in 1839 when he spilled rubber latex and sulfur on his stove, and the rest was history. Yep.
So sulfur cross-linking, the disulfide bridges are what holds it on.
I think we have to give him the right answer. I'm so confused.
Oh, I would have thought, yeah.
All right, well...
no, I don't want a pity prize.
The grand prize is a brain bender puzzle from the dollar store.
Oh, awesome.
So it kind of looks like a molecule, so I figured that would work for you. Are you pleased with the prize?
Yeah, I don't know if I can accept it, though, because I said all of the above, and I already said number 4 was incorrect. So,
well, it's a trick question anyway. Well, Mark Champagne, we appreciate your time, and thank you for participating in the CTL Idea Exchange.
Oh, thank you.